before getting started, have chat. Alrighty. Looks good. Started. Alright, Mac's good. Alright. So, as you all know, um, we had the Madden Curse live or draft a couple days ago. Um, and I honestly think that there were no. Actually, there was one really really stupid draft. Um, I don't know what he was doing. I think I couldn't tell if he was like trolling or he actually thought those were actually good picks, but we'll get to that later. Um, so the draft was determined in a duck race, I believe. So and then we got to choose our own draft picks. So Isaac was first, Juan was second, and then it was Jacob. I guess Jacob and Jack swapped drafts for some odd reason. I don't know why, but honestly thought that Jack was gonna stick with the nine. It made more sense for him to do that. I guess he just wanted a better receiver one, which makes sense, I guess, because he did go off on the second round. I had made I did a live draft. I just didn't like. I thought that we were gonna do a Discord call, but I don't know. I didn't feel like if y'all weren't gonna attempt to do it, I wasn't gonna do it. But I did make a mock draft. I honestly thought that the number one pick would have been Saquon, just because Isaac was throwing that around, but he auto drafted and Jamar was the first, so I could have done Jamar, Bijan. Justin Jefferson, I kind of was shocked he was the number three pick. I thought like Gibbs would be number three just because I think Gibbs is better than Justin Jefferson. Yeah, I don't know why you swapped picks, Jack. That was kind of stupid in my opinion. CeeDee Lamb easily could be the top two. Um, so I realized nine was better. Yeah, so nine was better because I had your draft like estimated right here, and the team looks way better than it was at number three. Um, so I would have stuck with number nine. But I don't think Jacob went anywhere what I was except for Nico Collins. So, but I mean, I knew Dan was gonna reach for Josh Allen. I thought that he was gonna go for CMC because I thought Marshall was gonna draft, and I thought that I knew that Avery was gonna auto draft and Justin Jefferson was the top player, so he would have done that. These are all auto drafted people, but that's how that draft I would have gone. I don't think I was correct in a lot, but I knew some things. Um, so let's go ahead and start. And the way I did the power rankings for Madden Curse is Flock Fantasy. I didn't really look into it as much, but what the hell? What's going on here? Give me a second. Disregard. I didn't think that. I didn't really like want to dive too into it, but it had everyone on here ranked, and they're pretty smart with what they're doing. They're professionals at this. They get paid to do this. Um, but they had Isaac's team as number one. I don't know why they would do that. I mean, I guess it's because top tight end, top receiver, a good QB, and some good running backs. That's actually pretty decent. My team is number two. I could improve in quarterback, but everyone else is solid. Then it's Dylan, and then Juan. And then the same goes for King's Dynasty. It had my team at number one for obvious reasons. It had Jacob's team, Noah's team. I think Noah would have been number one if he never traded Malik and Gibbs. But, oh well. They had Jack's team number four, Stan's team number five. So they don't think Stan's team's going to win it this year. And then John's team number six, Juan's team. But yeah, I like Flock Fantasy just because I can use a lot of like trade calculators. I can determine if a trade's good or not. Like you're not safe if you're trying to fleece. So, but other than that, let me respond to someone. Actually, King's Dynasty. John said something right. Great idea, John. Unfortunately, how do you spell unfortunately? There you go. We know Stan won't win it. Yeah, Stan's known for not making moves and choking in the playoffs. So Unfortunately, we can't make changes post draft. Good. Maybe next year. Yeah, there you go. Maybe next year. Alrighty. Just wanted to get that out there real quick. Let me expand that and hit that button. Alright, so let's get started. Let's go by team. I don't know why it has the number 1 pick at the. Where is the number 1 pick? Always the Jews. All right. Isaac had the number 1 pick. Obviously Jamar Chase. You go fucking Jamar Chase there. Let's just go to the teams, since I have to have this stupid thing like right here. And then okay. Okay, so you know to put Chris Godwin. He got unlucky with Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin's not going to play as much this year. He got lucky with Javonte. Currently the RB1 for Dallas Cowboys. Stephon Diggs was a good pick. Trey McBride, man, I see why they ranked him number 1, because he does have a decent good team. It's just this bench, bro. Isaac, you don't need four QBs. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Obviously, the auto draft did that to you, so you should release them and find other players. Your bench is probably what's gonna kill you from like an A+, but you do have a good team. I would probably give it A-. I don't think it's an A, and it's definitely not an A+, just because of how your bench is. But their starters is what gets you to win games. Depth is what helps you win championships. You don't have the depth right now, but you do have the starting lineup to win games. I think Derrick Henry, there's a strong chance he could fall off this year. I mean, it's only a matter of time, you know. But he hasn't slowed down, and that's so weird to me, because usually running backs at this age do. And Kenneth Walker is another good running back. Then again, he's injury prone. There's a chance Zach Charbonnet could take some time from him. Rome Odunze is really good. I think he's on the come up for this team. Jamar Chase, obviously wide receiver 1. Garrett Wilson, kind of low on him. Didn't want to draft him just because of all that. Justin Fields being the QB, and it's not like a solid team. Other than that, I think A- is solid. I think I don't know how you got 120. Dang, you did Jacob's thing. Oh, a new change for this is the Fab thing. I think I suggested this thing like 2 years ago, and it got like shut down. For King's Dynasty, I think people wanted to do waivers instead, so we kept the same way of how we did waivers, which was like reverse order or whatever. And I guess next year we'll switch to Fab. I think Fab is better. But I guess this year could be an experiment for Madden Curse. But yeah. Okay, so next is Juan. Juan had the number 2 pick. Went with a good route with drafting Bijan. I think Bijan's better than Saquon and Gibbs this year. But there's a possibility. Before you flame my team, I drafted with someone who has never played football in their entire life and couldn't name a single football player. Well, that does explain it, because you drafted Jaden Daniels number 3, and I was very confused because I thought I was missing something with the scoring settings. I let him make a couple picks for me. That was nice of you, Jack. You know, it's unfortunate that we couldn't work together, because I mean, I had someone available to make a spot, but he made it too difficult. The commissioner made it too difficult, and it just made no sense for me to make all that effort. I knew that it was going to be a problem, so I didn't want to drag him in and make it just drag him into like a drama queen setting, you know. So I'd rather just take the spot and, you know, draft on my own, I guess. Don't want to stress out anyone. I already knew Avery was going to auto draft too. So yeah, Juan made the right decision going for Bijan. Yeah, no, it was gonna be too good if if we were. See, I'm not gonna have someone text you. Just, I mean, like if you know someone, just have them in the league. It doesn't matter. Um, Bucky Irving, Bijan, that's a deadly, and then R.J. Harvey. I mean, he's good. Caleb Johnson, yeah. So these two rookies right here, I think R.J. Harvey is way better than. Yes, I know you're watching this. R.J. Harvey is better than Caleb Johnson just on the situation, even though they're both splitting time with better running backs. But yeah, I mean that's not terrible. Khalil Shakur, yeah, I mean he could be the number one wide receiver on that team. There's not really anyone else expecting to um, take take catches away. I mean Hollywood Brown. I mean, I guess like towards the end of the draft, like it started getting really thin, so we were all drafting like backups and stuff. So it was really like it was really just starting to be thin. I think 7 bench spots were okay. I think having depth, like not depth, but having like people on my watch list on my team is better than having him on my watch list in free agency. So I think 7 bench spots is better than what we have in King's Dynasty. So I don't hate the 7 bench spots. I get that it kind of could affect like the team grade, but I'm not gonna judge too much on bench spots just because it did get really thin towards the end of the draft. But Joe Burrow, solid QB. Rasheed Rice, you're only gonna have him for 4 games. He'll probably get a 4 to 6 game suspension. I don't think that. I don't think he'll miss the fantasy playoffs. I think it also is important. I mean, he got hurt against the Chargers last year, so it's also important that he doesn't get hurt in the meantime for the 4 games. It's not guaranteed he even gets suspended. I mean, he probably will get suspended, but I mean, what am I saying, bro? He's gonna get suspended, but like, it's like I would have drafted him. It's just losing someone in the middle of the season when you have to win games is just really important, and for that you need to have depth. I mean, you can move Shakir, and then you have Allen who could be pretty good because he's got good chemistry with Herbert. Um, I mean, Hollywood Brown, I guess, would step up, so it's probably good that you have him there too. Um, I had to make sure it wasn't Jared Horowitz too at Yahoo. Yeah, well, that doesn't make any sense. Um, I mean, I guess you do have a good backup because Hollywood Brown would step up when Rasheed Rice would be gone. T.J. Hawkinson, great pickup right there for tight end. Um, I think that Justin Jefferson and T.J. Hawkins are gonna get an insane amount of touches since Jordan Addison's gone right now, and J.J. McCarthy is gonna be looking kind of. He's not gonna go too deep with the ball, because he's his first year starting, so they like to go kind of like slant routes or short routes just to get the ball off. I mean, also depends how good his offensive line. I don't really know about offensive line from Minnesota. I think it used to be good, but I think it's changed now. I think it's a pretty solid team. You got here, Juan. I think you're gonna be fighting. So below this right here is where I think you're gonna actually finish, even though Flock Fantasy has you. Where did Flock Fantasy put you, Juan? Okay, yeah. So Flock Fantasy had you at a as a top fives team. Makes sense to me. I actually do think you have a better team than Isaac, so I'm probably gonna give you an A. I'm not too high on Caleb Johnson. I know he can be good, but he's just too risky. I mean, not risky, but like I just don't know. I mean, he could be good. I think he could be really good this year. Khalil Shakur, I mean, he had a good season last year. Like this guy, I don't. The thing about me is I don't like receivers becoming stars when they're like behind the shadows of a really good player. Like if you're a good player, you would already be good, and he started being good like after Diggs left. And I mean, he can be good, but I just don't see. I don't know. I don't see him being a wide receiver one type player. I mean, that's just like average to me. Like these are average numbers from last year. I mean, he could improve. So I think, yeah, one A is you. A is good for you. Jack and Jacob Barker. All right, you had the number 3 pick. You went with Justin Jefferson. In my opinion, I probably would have gone. I mean, thing is, Justin Jefferson's already injured, and that's just a red flag, in my opinion. Just because when you go after injuries, injuries find your team, and they find you. You know, like he he's supposed to be fine, but a hamstring injury, I think that's bothered him before, and that's what kept him out during the season. I mean, you go. I mean, he can be, he's good, bro. Like he's good. We know that for sure. New QB, but he'll get plenty of receptions. It doesn't matter. Um, he had Sam Darnold last year, and he still went off for most of the season. He wasn't wide receiver one though, but I think yeah, 300. You want 300 plus for your wide receiver one, and then you went Chase Brown. Chase Brown's definitely going to be the RB1, probably him. Achan, if he could be healthy, I mean, that doesn't look like he'll be healthy at all. Well, not at all, but it doesn't seem like Achan will be as healthy as we expected. So I think Chase Brown's like the sleeper RB1 for the league, along with who else could be like RB1? I mean, Bijan could be RB1, obviously. I mean, Gibbs. But like, if you were to go for sleepers, Chase Brown's like the number one option. Woody Marks, you just picked him up because you went running wide receivers like all throughout the whole league. Trey Benson's a good pick. I think he's gonna split. He's gonna take some touches, but I think James Conner and Trey Benson are still gonna go 70-30. Braylon Allen still, I think, 70-30. Chris Rodriguez. So this running back room is pretty complicated. I think that new guy, the Bill guy, is gonna take more touches, but I think Eckler and Rodriguez are still going to take a good amount. I just don't think they'll be serviceable for fantasy, so it depends on who gets hurt. Damian Pierce, I guess that's good. I mean, I think Nick Chubb's going to be the starting guy, and then it's going to be Woody Marks, and then it's going to be Damian Pierce, so depending on health-wise, Pierce has shown that he can't really be that – he's not that good. I mean – and you only got 4 games until, so I guess you're not gonna have him on your team anytime soon, or in the future. Christian Kirk, yeah, come on now, we're done talking about Christian Kirk, and that's 125. Marvin, good pick. Worthy, I like him, but man, do you think he can take the wide receiver one role when Rashee Rice goes down? Who knows? Matthew Golden, great pick right there. I think Matthew Golden's pretty solid. You got a lot of UT players. You know, Xavier Worthy, Matthew Golden, great UT. UT provides some solid players now. So I think they're going to be really good. Matthew Golden could be the wide receiver one for that team. They have a lot of other targets right there. Kirk is going to Kirk, yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, he's just he's just going to be a guy that takes touches away from Nico Collins. Is that Stan? What the heck? Stan, how are you? What the heck? Stan, we were just talking about your fantasy team, man. We were just talking about oh, what the heck? Oh, is that Jacob? What the heck? Bro, that was that oh, okay, that was interesting. Addison, good pickup. I think you got him kind of late, right? Like you got him. When did you get him? You got round, bro, that doesn't tell me anything. Round 9. That's about where he's projected. I mean, that's pretty late, which is pretty good. And once he comes back, he's gonna be pretty solid. So, and he's gonna I mean, you got a lot of wide receivers. Jack, I don't understand why you always sleep on running backs. I mean, you're lucky you got Chase Brown, but like you can't always win with just wide receivers, you know, but you do got some good wide receivers and you got a good tight end. I think a B is and then a good QB. I think you got some good handcuffs, so that helps you a lot. I think a B plus is a solid grade for you. I would say let's try to rank y'all now. Actually, I'm gonna rate Braden real quick, and then I'm gonna start plugging y'all in where I think you're gonna finish. So Braden had the number 4 pick. It was obvious who he was gonna pick because Jameer Gibbs was up. I really do like his running back room. He's got some decent receivers. He's got a good tight end. Rookies, you don't know, obviously. I think this year's rookie class really like. I really hope I'm not wrong on this, but this year's rookie class is like loaded. Like this year, as in fantasy alone, is just loaded, and that's why I'm okay with having 7 bench spots, just because like everyone can literally be like a provider for your fantasy team who's rostered. Like Roshan Johnson, there's a chance that he could take some touches and score some touchdowns. Um, Isaac Tesla's already showing off in the preseason. Although it's preseason, in the future he could be a good pickup. Judkins, there's no, I don't even think he's gonna. I mean, I could say that he doesn't play this year. It's just like he hasn't signed yet, and it's kind of concerning when you haven't signed because as a rookie, you need to. Like, I don't think he's done anything with the team. Maybe some practices here and there, but he hasn't signed at all. And so like I don't see him getting providing at all early in the game, and he might not even play for most of the season. I don't know. It depends when he signs. Jerry Judy, I just don't like Jerry Judy, bro. Like this guy pisses me off. When I had him early in the dynasty league, bro, like he would not do shit, and like he didn't do shit until he had Jameis Winston as a QB. So Brees Hall, I mean Brees Hall, I could see being a really good running back this year. It's just like he needs to figure it out, bro. Like he's shown for a long time that he can be a really good running back. You know, it just depends on how it is. I mean, Brandon Allen's really good, but I don't see um, Brandon Allen taking his job as long as Brees Hall's on the team. I just don't see it. Mike Evans, Mr. Consistent. He's always uh, consistent with getting good touches. I mean, he's gotta be healthy. Um, there's a new wide receiver 2 in town. It could potentially be the wide receiver 1 with Emeka Ibuka. Uh, I think he will take a lot of touches away from Mike Evans, and as Mike Evans slows down, Ibuka speeds up. But I still think this year Mike Evans will be serviceable. Travis Hunter, I just don't see. I think he's one of the rookies I'm like super low on. I don't really see him doing much this year. I think Brian Thomas Jr. is definitely going to be the wide receiver 1, like no doubt. I don't know why people thought that Travis Hunter would be better than Brian Thomas. That's just not true at all. I don't even think Travis Hunter is going to play both sides of the field as much as people think he is. Juwan Jennings, he's faking an injury right now. He wants a stupid contract extension or whatever. I think it's like way too early in his career. Like he just had some good games last year. Not even a good year. Like he had a decent year, but like he just started. All right, you don't need a fucking 4-year deal right now or a 3-year deal when you just started being good. But he's not hurt. I refuse to believe he's hurt. He's just faking his injury just so he doesn't have to play. Braden, I think you got a really good team. I think running back wise, like you're stacked. Receivers maybe, but you got a good QB. I think this is a solid A team. I think that you got a lot of proven players. Your tight end, I mean, you just gotta hope it works out. But as a Bears fan, I think it does work out. Colson Loveland is pretty good, and Williams likes to throw to him. Odunze, Moore's gonna get some touches. They're gonna run the ball sometimes. I mean, Swift isn't that good in my opinion, but we'll see. All right, now let's see. Braden, I think Braden could be easily a top 5 team. Where does he rank? I think he's up there, right? Braden is top 5 team. Who do I think wins it all? I don't know. I don't think it's Isaac's team. I don't know. I'll probably have to rate everyone and see. But let's go to my team. So what I did, obviously with the number 5 pick, I chose the best player available. I have CeeDee Lamb. I wanted to go straight to tight end. I think Brock Bauer. I think tight ends. You can go for the best of the best, but tight ends this year, I think there was a lot of good options. So if you didn't go for the best tight end available, I think. I mean, I went Tyler Warren second. I wanted to have a good backup. Maybe later on I wanted to trade him. Who knows? But I went like rookies on rookies, bro. Like that's what I went with. I, I mean, but we know that these guys can be amazing. Amari Hampton, he's playing time right now with Najee Harris. I'm not worried about freaking Najee Harris. Trevion Henderson splitting time with Ramondre Stevenson. Not worried about Ramondre Stevenson. McMillan. I think Bryce Young and him can be really good. I think Bryce Young's been needing that like key wide receiver one guy, and I think this guy can definitely do it. Egbuka might be the wide receiver one in Tampa Bay. People were sleeping on him back then. I knew of this guy since like before Marvin Harrison got drafted. I do remember him early when Garrett Wilson, or was it Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave on the team? Like he's been on the team for a while. He was playing for a while, and then when him and Marvin were going head to head with that, I think he was also playing with Jackson Smith and Jigba. He was actually better than Marvin at the time, and I thought that he was going to go to the draft last year, but when he decided to stay another year and Marvin went, I wanted to keep my eyes on him, and I made sure to draft him everywhere because this guy, he was supposed to be like a first or second rounder last year, and he didn't go, so I believe he was a second or first, it was a second round this year. I don't think it says, but he's really good. He's up there with like all the wide receivers that have come out of Ohio State, if not better. I mean, he's probably better than Chris Olave. Marvin Harrison can be better than him, but Ekbuka is really good. Pearsall, Brock Purdy's favorite target, along with George Kittle. Easy pickup. Tyler Warren. Josh Downs could be a sneaky 1,000+ yards this year. As you can tell, ESPN is sleeping on him. That's okay. Darnell Mooney. I'm not too high on Darnell Mooney anymore, but I mean, I've heard things that he could be very good, and this was like a late pick, so I went with the best of the best. Not the best of the best, but a decent amount. Jaden Blue, I think right now Javonte is the starter. I'm not worried about Miles Sanders. Jaden Blue has shown signs at Texas that he can be a really, really good running back. It just depends on how they do it. He does have a fumbling problem, which I'm a little concerned about, but right now, he just needs to worry about his health because he can't even stay freaking healthy. I'm not going to really give too much about these guys. I think Dante Thornton, I didn't even know this guy until y'all were talking about him in the Dynasty League, but I did more research on him, and he's pretty good. If Jacoby Myers does get traded, this guy could put up some pretty serious numbers. So, although I went with the rookies, I mean, I've always said that I don't like drafting like only rookies or drafting rookies unless they're like top 2 rounds. I think this year's rookies are like really good. So people keep sleeping on my team. That's okay, but I'm gonna give myself a B+. Even if some of these guys don't work out, I still think CeeDee Lamb, Brock Bowers are gonna provide enough stability on my team to at least get me in. I feel like I could fight in the playoffs. So I just need a better QB, and I don't know when I'm going to get one. We'll see. I hope CJ Stroud works out for Jack's sake in the Dynasty League, but, well, we'll see. All right, next is Avery. This guy auto-drafted, so I'm not going to go too deep into it. So he got Saquon, Drake London, Terry McLaurin, Tyreek Hill, I hate that pick, DK Metcalf, I love that pick, Jalen Waddle, I don't like him as much. He's got 2 other QBs. He needs to drop one of these guys. Justin Fields sucks this year. Jalen Wright, okay. I think Ollie Gordon's better. Kyler Murray's all right. All right. DK Metcalf, I feel like he have a good year this year. Hunter Henry is a good backup tight end to Tucker Kraft. That's pretty good. I would say a good B right here. He's probably not gonna be active, so his team's probably gonna finish like towards the bottom. But he's got some really good players with Drake London, Terry McLaurin, Saquon, and potentially DK and Tucker Kraft. So I don't think he's that bad. All right, Marshall auto draft as well, but he's still gonna try this year. He's already made some moves. So a he actually has like depth in my opinion. Like all these guys right here can be very good. You don't want and he has his own handcuff. He auto somehow the auto draft got him his own handcuff. And Brian Robinson and CMC, I don't think they're gonna take. I don't think Brian Robinson's gonna be used as much as like people think he is, but I think he's still gonna be good enough to be on a roster just in case CMC goes down with an injury. Just because everyone everyone knows his injury, like his healthiness is not good. Like he can, and as he gets older, his body gets worse, and I think it's harder to believe in CMC. But a lot of like specialists do, and that's what I just don't understand. Um, I watched the Flock Fantasy draft last week, and CMC went number 5. I mean this guy I don't know how good Vetri is, uh, how reliable he is, but I've seen him on TikTok before, plenty of times. I actually followed him a while ago, but like this is how the Flock Fantasy League draft went, and like Nico went 9. I mean Thomas turned around somehow. I don't know why Brian Thomas Jr. went so late. In my opinion, he should have been in the first round pick. Yeah, I don't like this Mason guy is the main guy, and he like I was watching someone react. One of my like main sources that I use for fantasy was reacting to Flock Fantasy, and I was watching this video, and he was saying like this Mason guy is like the biggest piece. Like he's so annoying. Like, and who else was really annoying? This Danny guy was like a big CD Lamb guy. He's annoying. Nathan apparently like colluded with Avery. He traded Justin Jefferson, and Brock Bowers away for like Kyron Williams and like some terrible players. So like, and these guys don't really know fantasy football. I don't like they had good drafts. Thomas had a good draft until like towards the end. Avery, yeah, Avery. I think when I saw that Avery was how he was drafting, I think like he makes the most sense to win it all. Hampton, I think, was a little bit of a reach in my opinion, but like then again, you don't draft for a while. I honestly, because yeah, he didn't have H. Brown, so I guess Hampton was the next best. I'm not too high on Kyle Williams this year, so whoever has Kyle Williams, I think it's Dylan. I'm probably gonna bump you down because he doesn't get a lot of like the only way he is relevant is he gets a lot of goal line, and I don't know. We'll see how Kyron does this year. Aaron Jones, that's a good pick. He's gonna split some time. He's gonna split a lot of time with Jordan Mason, so that is a problem. What is going on with this? Hello, what's going on? Okay, here we go. Jordan Mason signed with the team. He signed a good contract, so they're gonna use him a lot. AJ Brown, Lam McConkey, Devontae Adams, Devontae Smith. Marshall, I think you got like a complete team. Like he's got depth, and he's got a good starting lineup. I think Marshall might have a plus team right here because Devontae Adams, Devontae Smith, and your flex. I think the one thing that's gonna hurt you could be running backs. It just depends on Ramondre Stevenson. If CMC goes down, Brian Robinson is there. DeAndre Swift not too high on. I don't like he just wasn't good last year. I mean, new offensive coordinator, so what? It's the offensive coordinator that DeAndre Swift had when he was in Detroit, when he did pretty good, but I mean, last year he just was not good. So, I mean, you maybe have a weak RB2, but you got Aaron Jones, but then Aaron Jones could be like you'll have to see with him on Jordan Mason. But I think that what's going on here? A plus is a solid grade for Marshall. Um, so good job on that auto draft, bro. That's pretty good. QB. I mean, you can probably pick up or trade or something for backup QB because that's. I guess I'm not really grading it based on bye weeks. I think that's stupid, but like you got an easy week 1 too because you have fucking Dan. So, Kyron and Griffin must see TV already. So we got the duo right here. with must see TV, you went with Malik Neighbors in your round one pick. I think that's a good pick right there. Malik's gonna get a ton of catches. Um, I think right now Russell Wilson's the QB1. I think that's not gonna last very long. Taylor, good pick right there. He's gonna get a lot of touches. He's gonna run a lot of yards, and I hope has he doing more receptions. He needs to learn how to catch the ball more because he can be fucking amazing. He can be a pass catching back. Mark Andrews, I am not so high on this year. I think it's just he somehow does good and then he gets injured and then well, I guess he had a good healthy year last year. I think it was the year before where he got injured and it just like really affected his season. But yeah, he was not always good, bro. He had actually a really really bad year last year. I think it's just gonna get worse. Jameson Williams um, could potentially be the wide receiver two next or this year, or wide receiver one this year, depending on how good he is. But it's shown that like this he can ball, like he's really good. Debo, I think he'll fit really well in this offense with the Commanders. So I think he's good for a bounce back year. Keon Coleman, I mean, I think who knows, bro? Who knows with that freaking Buffalo? I think I would have stayed away from Buffalo players other than Josh Allen this year. Maybe James Cook if you got him in like the third or fourth round. Your bench, I don't know what we're doing here. I don't know why we have Troy Franklin, Julio Jones, and Shador Sanders rostered. I think that's going to affect your grade. Darren Waller. Don't know why we have him. Austin Eckler, Rashid Shaheed. I mean, I guess, like, we don't even know who's throwing the ball to him. Eckler, like, then again, he's playing a lot of time. I think your starting lineup's good. I'd probably put you at, like, I'd probably put you at a B minus. I think James Conner is also a really good pickup right there too. I see that as well, but I don't think anyone right now has had a really bad draft. I think everyone's drafted really well. I think this year, like I said, like fantasy is going to be like really competitive because there's a lot of good players this year, and everyone's team is going to be pretty stacked if you drafted like thoughtfully, you know. Um, it also, I guess that's where it really depends on your depth because your starting lineup wins you games, depth wins you championships, and sometimes if you don't have depth, you know, it doesn't work out for you in the end because of injuries, bye weeks. You need depth. But overall, I think you did pretty good with the eighth pick. Malik's a good pick. Jonathan Taylor was a good pick. Jaden's a good pick. You want to go for a good QB. He's gonna put up some points. I don't know. I mean, Jacob doesn't really have like bonuses for this league, so points aren't gonna be too high on QBs this year. So, I mean, at least you got an elite one. All right, now let's go for Jacob's pick. So Jacob had the number 9 pick. He went with Nico, and then got Brian Thomas, and then I think he went with Hubbard, and then Kamara. Or was it flip flopped? Let's check. Yeah, Kamara and then Hubbard. Okay. So Kamara could be a really good passing back. I think Keandre Miller could step up a little bit more this year. I think there's a big chance that they're not going to split as much, but he's going to get a lot of the work receiving wise. So that could like potentially help him out. Ridley, I think he's fine. I think this year's Cam Ward, it just depends on how good Cam Ward could be, but there's a lot of upside with Calvin Ridley. I think you got him in the 5th round, correct? I was looking at him, and then you got Tony Pollard. So, yeah, that's good. Having Tony Pollard as your RB1, your flex is pretty good. Olave, man, you just got Saints and Titans here, and that's just going to – whatever bye week that comes for those teams, they're just going to hurt you right there. I guess you got a lot. Yeah, so you got the Bill guy. I think you got him like round 8 or 7, a little early in my opinion. I don't know why this guy's ADP like shot up way up. Like, bro. Dak is your backup. Okay, I see that. Lawrence, I think you got him like way later. He was available way late. Then you have Miller, okay. And you got Mims. I've heard he could be really good this year with Bo Nix. Um, Ollie Gordon could be. I think he could be the RB2 this year for the Dolphins, pending on Achan's healthiness. Um, Mason, I think he could be really good. It's shown in the past that he can be an RB1. So 133 the day before my draft was set. It was 133 the day before my draft was set. Who, him? One is ADP. Okay. Yeah. So you got. So the depth wise, it's like handcuff running backs. I think he could be good, and just he's a question mark. I think he could be good. I think he'll get a lot more touches than some people realize, but I think there's a lot of people that know like he'll play a lot. Him just depends. I don't know. That running game is really like concerning to me. It's concerning just because they're putting when I knew I wanted him, then it went to 82, and since Igbuka was going to want him. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I knew to draft Igbuka in the 6th round because I knew someone was going to take him in the 7th. I thought Jack was going to take him in the 7th, so I went with Igbuka in the 6th and then someone else the 7th. I think it was, I don't remember who. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, his price was kind of high. I knew he was going to be good, but I didn't want to take him that early with other players who have a chance, like Tony Pollard. Actually, I think he was around 6. But I think it's a pretty solid team. I think it just depends. I mean, Jake Ferguson could be. I mean, that then again, like getting a tight end so late doesn't hurt you that as much because like he could get a lot of touches. Um, he's shown in the past that he could be serviceable. I think last year was a down year for him though. I think that's because Dak was hurt. Um, but he's shown that he could be a decent tight end. So I mean, it's not. I don't think it's bad at all. I think a solid B would be good. I think there's a lot of question marks just because the teams that you have with these players. Like who knows how good Chris Olave's QB is gonna be. I think he's playing in the slot, so that helps him a lot this year. Tony Pollard, his RB2 is down, so Tony Pollard could easily be. Actually, I'll probably give you a B plus just because. Well, I don't know. Let me talk myself into a B plus real quick. Tony Pollard, the backup running back's out for the first 4 games. High ankle sprain is pretty serious, so who knows how long he'll actually be out. Ferguson could be good. Obviously, he's a tight end one on that team. Dak throws the ball a lot. He'll be available for some red zone catches. Brian Thomas Jr., no doubt he's a wide receiver 1 for that team. I'm not even looking at Travis Hunter at all. I mean, he'll be a good, like, not cone, but, like, diversion for Brian Thomas. Nico Collins, solid player. I've always been low on him, but I think this year he could be really good. I guess it depends on his durability. Calvin Ridley, he hasn't really had good seasons, but he's really good, in my opinion. Yeah, so Jack, he has Pollard, Kamara, and Nico Collins. He has like players that you've always liked. Yeah, Daddle was doing better, but I don't think Daddle's better than Pollard right now. I think Hubbard could be a really good RB1. There's no Jonathan Brooks this year. It's freaking Rico Daddle. Trevor Etienne is the rookie there. I don't see him doing much in a way to block Chuba Hubbard. I've never been high on Chuba Hubbard, bro. I've always hated this dude just because he was always the shadow of CMC, but now like he's not there anymore. He's been doing good. I just don't. I mean, I guess he can be good. I'll probably give it a B plus. Yeah, I think Jacob, you get a B plus. Ranking the teams, I'm still like, it's just like it's hard because, I mean, obviously for number 12, it's Dan. Like Dan's not winning many games. It might be impressive if he gets 1 win. Like Dan's team is in the gutter. I don't know what he was doing there. Noah had the number 10 pick. He went with Ashton Genty, then Devon Achan. Really good, pretty good RB2s right RBs right there. Then he went James Cook, and then Jackson Smith and Jigba. I'm not too high on Zay Flowers. I don't like Zay Flowers. I just don't like him. Uh, any of those receivers in Baltimore, I just don't like. Like they could be good, but just I'm looking at them and I'm just like, oh, like, are you sure he's serviceable in fantasy? David Njoku, I guess he's good. I mean, who's starting? Joe Flacco. I don't know. I mean, he's like inconsistent to me. Jalen Warren, I think he could still be serviceable. I mean, he's shown that he could split some time, and so you could still start him. When he did with Najee Harris, I think he's still pretty good in my opinion, or decent, not good, decent. Um, who's the guy? Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith's the coach there. Was he the coach last year? That's the problem then. Travis Etienne Jr. Man, he's. I'm not gonna talk about him. Dallas Goedert, Dalton Kincaid. You're just praying to God you found a tight end. I mean, I see that. Drake May, I think he could be a really good quarterback this year. I wanted Drake May, and then he took him from me, and then I hesitated, and so I almost drafted Ollie Gordon because I wanted Ollie Gordon because I knew something was gonna happen with HM, and then I took CJ Stroud, and then I remember I wanted to get Ollie Gordon the next round, but then Jacob took him, and then I was looking at Drake May. I wanted Drake May. And then I was just hesitant on the CJ. I'm not too confident on the CJ Stroud QB, but I guess we'll see. Jackson Smith and Jigba could easily be the wide. I think this is a good pick right here. I think he can be really good. No DK. Like, I think Elijah Arroyo could be pretty good too, but we'll see on him. But this guy, I think he had a pretty good season last year. I think he can have an even better season, so we'll see. James Cook, he had a really good season last year. I don't think it's gonna be the same. I think Yahoo or ESPN's projecting that he'll be a little bit better this year. Everything wise, that's interesting. I've never seen that before. I think that he'll regress on touchdowns, obviously, but somehow he'll do better everywhere else. Was he hurt last year? He missed one game. Oh, okay. I guess he's still gonna be pretty freaking good. As much as I want Devon Achane to be healthy for obvious reasons, I think that if he plays week 1 and he's healthy, he'll be like easily a top 5 RB. But it's just like the soft tissue injuries are so scary because especially with I think he has a calf injury that could turn into an Achilles injury, and that's what turns into season ending. So I don't think they're gonna use him as much the first couple weeks, in my opinion, just because they want to watch his health, his durability. So I don't see Achan going off the first 4 weeks. I think it's the first 4 weeks that they're going to be careful with him because I really do not want him to get hurt for me and Noah's sake. Ashton Genty, I think we all know, is just going to be a monster. Like, oh, man, I think he's going to be really good this year. Regarding, I think it's shown, like, college is different than the NFL running wise, but if you're a dominant running RB, like, you're gonna be good in the NFL. So I think, like, same with like Brees Hall. Who else got like RB hype? Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs got the hype. Who else got like extreme hype like in the past few rookie drafts as an RB? I can't remember. And then I guess Ashton Genty is one now. Like, he's gonna be good. Like, he's gonna put up Bijan and Jameer and whoever else has been on our team. Grades wise, I think like after Jackson Smith and Jigba, that's where like a whole lot of question marks happen. So I think it's gonna be like a B minus. I don't like Pat Mahomes in fantasy anymore. Like, he throws the ball a lot, but I just don't like him in fantasy anymore. He's gonna have Rashee Rice because let's see how he did for the first. Even with Rashee Rice playing, he still didn't do good. So it's like concerning that, like, I don't know, but you got Drake May, so it helps. Yes, but another day this week. What the heck? Oh, okay. So I guess I'm not going to work today. Um yeah, Saquon, but it wasn't I'm talking about like the hype that we had for since King's Dynasty. I think Travis Etienne was one too, but he was hurt, so that's why no one was really high on him. Um, but yeah, Saquon like RB prospect. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor was one as well. You could say. Um, yeah. So I think Ashton Genty's in that same level. So we all know Ashton Genty is going to be really good. I think B minus is a good grade for Noah. Dan, I'm gonna give you as much time as I will with the amount of research you did on fantasy this year, fantasy football, because fantasy football was not it. Kyron has you in fantasy basketball. I don't know how that's gonna go because that's a dynasty league and we had 10 teams last year, so I don't know how he's gonna do it. Your teams are gonna be pretty bad. Um, let's see. At least I'll look at it. But okay, okay, yeah. All right, so D plus, D, yeah, because you got Josh Allen, so you could probably trade him away. Yeah, I'll go D. I'll go D. D for Dylan. D for Dan. That works for me. Um, so Dylan went with the Puka Amon Ra turn right there. So wide receivers solid. Cortland Sutton. You got Kyron Williamson, Jalen Hurts, and then Cortland Sutton, I believe, and then George Pickens. So you're solid at wide receivers. So who is set on running backs? That's Marshall. That's right. It's Marshall, right? Marshall's set on running backs. I think Braden is too. How are his wide receivers? Braden, yeah. So Dylan, if I were you, I would look towards getting a little bit better on running backs. Um, I would say Braden and what's his name? Braden and Marshall, pretty solid right there. I think you can build a complete team because Nick Chubb as your RB1 for the first 4 weeks. Ain't happening, bro. That's not gonna be good. I guess then again you got Jane Higgins. I mean he could be good. And then again you got Christian Kirk in the way, right? Cam Scatterboo, yeah, that helps a lot too, I guess. But Tyrone Tracy's still gonna be good this year. Bashal Tutin, I was looking at this guy earlier, like during the Dynasty League. Stan took him from me, but then again, I'm looking at like that RB mess is in Jacksonville is horrible. Luther Burden, he's gonna be the slot receiver for Chicago. Ben Johnson's pretty good with slot receivers. I think Amon-Ra St. Brown was a slot receiver in Detroit. He's pretty fucking good. We'll see. This is a lot of players on that team that can get touches. So Pratt Bryant, I don't even know who this guy is, to be honest. Is audio messing up for anyone else? Let me see, Jack. We'll see. This is a lot of players. Pratt Bryant, I don't even know who this guy is, to be honest. I think it's just you, bro. Let me check. Yeah, I think it's just you. What is number 3, number 1? Okay. It says I have one viewer, but I think Jacob, or Juan, and you are still in here, so I guess the viewer thing's messing up. Pat Bryan, not doing too much on him. Trey Harris could be the wide receiver 2 for wide receiver 2 for Los Angeles. Who else? Lad McConkey. Yeah, makes sense. And you got Keenan Allen. That's gonna hurt you. I don't know. We'll see about that. But I think Travis Kelce. Well, this dude just got freaking engaged. He's getting married, so it's clear to me that this year is probably a Cinderella year for Travis Kelce. And it's probably his last year. So I would say Travis Kelce is gonna be a top 4 tight end this year. I don't know what he was last year. He wasn't top 5, bro. He was pretty bad last year. And if he was top 5, it's just because he had a couple good. I mean, maybe. He'll be doing games like these more this year. So just because of his personal status, I do think Dylan, if you traded for a better RB2, your team would be complete. Because as good as your wide receivers are, it could hurt you. You got the best QB in the league though, so that helps. Um, Dylan, I think you got an A draft, so good on you for that. Now let's try to rate who I think is gonna fall for. Alrighty, so ESPN thinks Isaac has the best team, then Avery, then Dylan, then Braden, then Marshall, then Juan, then Noah. Okay, then Kyron. Okay. So this is why I don't listen to ESPN projections, because they are always fucking wrong. I prefer listening to these guys because they're smarter. Um, well, I'm sure Isaac will be active. I don't know about Avery, so I think Avery not being active is gonna hurt people, hurt himself. I think week one is. I think Dylan's gonna shock on week one. Juan's probably gonna take care of Jack's team. Yeah, Noah could beat Jacob. Dan's not winning. Okay. Just looking out for week one projections. Can I determine the whole okay. Marshall. Okay. All right. So here's what I think is gonna win. Actually, let's go from 11. I think. Let's go over here. It sucks because everyone's team's so good, but who knows? All right, I think that's gonna be. I think Avery's gonna finish below. I think he's got a good team, but his auto whatever. I mean, if he sets his guys on bye weeks, yeah, it could help. I mean, man, this is like what I need research on. It's like determining. Yeah, you are a good waiver person, and it's different though, because you have to do budget. You have to budget your money. But then again, everyone, I think, did a pretty good job on budgeting money. So I think he could finish in the top 5. I think Dylan could finish in the top 5. I think Braden could finish in the top 5. Isaac could finish in the top 5. So that doesn't make any fucking sense. Let's look at this. I guess this is a whole different segment on determining who finishes at the bottom. Or who finishes where. Yeah, I mean, it's good. Okay, let me remove Avery because maybe he doesn't have as bad of a team as I think he does. Take one. Yeah, he's got a good team too, bro. I'd probably put. I'd probably put Noah at 11. I think Noah might. I mean, he's got a good team, but it's tough in the streets, bro. Let's go with Griffin. Griffin seems pretty good too. I mean, it's good, but maybe top 10 would be fine. I think maybe Avery finishes number 10 then. But he's got a good team. RB2 hurt. Okay. Maybe he doesn't have a good team as much as everyone thinks. Yeah, it's hard to put Marshall like anywhere in the top 3 or not in the top 3. I put Brain as an A? What am I doing here? I mean, it could be an A. I would put him here, but I know how much he likes to trade, so it's like difficult to put him down there when he probably will find someone to fleece. I already got him down, so there's no point in doing that. Isaac, he doesn't play, but he's got such a good team. So there's no way. I'm definitely not gonna be 9. Someone's gonna have to be 9. I guess Braden will have to be 9. It's gonna be like everyone's gonna be like people. I don't know how many people are making the. How many teams are making the playoffs? Does it say that anywhere? How many teams make playoff projected playoff? Whoa. How many teams are in the playoffs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, eight teams. Okay, good. Okay. Well, yeah, I wouldn't want to play in a league where it's only 6 teams. That's stupid. Yeah, I guess Braden. I'm gonna put Braden reluctantly. Is it 6? I'm kind of. I think this is 8 right here. It shouldn't be 6. It needs to be 8. Having 6 teams and half the league doesn't make the playoffs. I hate that. Especially for how good fantasy is this year, so you should count more teams. I think in what I've had, he shouldn't switch to the 6, bro. That's ridiculous. What I had for Madden Curse for the past couple of years, I had 10 teams, and then like there'd be like a wild card for the bottom 4 teams on week 15 that play for a playoff spot, really, because it's like a wild card and then it goes into like the division round. That's how it should be. But I mean, I'm not the commissioner anymore, so I don't really make that decision. I like that more because more teams make the playoffs, and then there's like a wild card, so all the top teams get a bye week, week 15, where they can concentrate on other leagues like King's Dynasty or whatever the sleeper leagues we have. So I think that'd be better. But 6, whatever. I got stuff to do. I think, let's see. One, you got a top 5 team, but so does everyone else. So like everyone's got to be moved somewhere. I think Isaac could finish. I mean, yeah, he's got a good team, but can he manage it well? Who knows? Isaac could be number 8, or actually, let me put. Then Isaac. Okay, there you go. That makes me more confident. Then I think my team might be number 6. Yeah. Yeah. Well, then I gotta account for you and Jacob's team. I think I'm better than both these guys. Come on now. Okay. I'm gonna do Jack. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna do Jacob. I'm gonna do Juan. I'm gonna do Dylan. And I'm gonna do Marshall. That's who I think. This is how I think the league's gonna finish out right here. Marshall wins the league with his auto-drafted team. Dylan takes down Dylan, who manages to make the championship round against maybe Jacob. Beats Jacob. Juan beat me, and then like the first round, I guess, and then Jack. Yeah. Yep. So I think that's how it is. I don't think I have anything else to say. Fantasy wise, good job with the draft. Good luck with the league, and I'll catch you all in the next. I don't know what the next draft will be. Probably the baseball, whatever, but we'll see. So good luck to everyone out there.